Hi, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, where I tell you the hard truth about money and life. Today, I'm going to talk about something that might trigger some of you, so brace yourselves. I'm going to tell you the full reasons why you're poor. Yes, you heard me right. You're poor. And don't try to deny it or make excuses. You know it's true. You're living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to pay your bills, drowning in debt, and saving nothing for the future. You're not happy with your life, and you're not doing anything to change it. But don't worry, I'm not here to judge you or make fun of you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to give you a wake-up call and show you the real reasons why you're poor. And trust me, it's not because of the economy, the government, your boss, your parents, or anyone else. It's because of you. That's right. You are the reason why you're poor. And if you want to stop being poor, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. You need to take responsibility for your financial situation and take action to improve it. So, are you ready to hear the full reasons why you're poor? Are you ready to face the truth and change your life? If yes, then keep watching this video till the end. If no, then click away now and go back to your miserable existence. The choice is yours. So, the first reason why you're poor is that you can't take criticism. You're probably already triggered by the title and the first few seconds of this video. You're probably thinking, who is this guy to tell me why I'm poor? He doesn't know me or my situation. He's just a jerk who wants to make me feel bad. Well, guess what? You're wrong. I'm not a jerk who wants to make you feel bad. I'm a friend who wants to make you feel better. But to do that, you need to listen to what I have to say and accept it as constructive feedback. You need to stop being defensive and start being open-minded. You see, poor people can't look themselves in the mirror and be honest about their current situation. They always blame others or external factors for their problems. They never admit their mistakes or take responsibility for their actions. They always have excuses or reasons why they can't do something or why something is not their fault. But that's not how you grow or improve. That's how you stay stuck and miserable. If you want to change your life, you need to change yourself. And that starts with being able to take criticism and learn from it. Think about it. What are two things that most people can't take responsibility for? Money and weight. Most people are either poor or overweight, or both. And most people are unhappy with their money and weight situation, that they don't do anything about it. Why? Because they can't take criticism. They can't handle the truth. They can't face the reality that they are the ones who are responsible for their money and weight problems. They can't accept that they are the ones who need to change their habits, behaviors, and mindsets. They would rather live in denial and comfort than face the challenge and discomfort of change. They would rather ignore the problem than solve it. They would rather avoid the pain than gain the pleasure. But that's not how you become rich or fit. That's how you become poor or fat, or both. The second reason why you're poor is that you identify as poor. You think that being poor is something that you are, not something that you have. You think that being poor is a permanent and fixed state, not a temporary and changeable situation. You think that being poor is your destiny, not your choice. But that's not true. Being poor is not an identity. It's a condition. And like any condition, it can be changed. You can change your financial situation by changing your actions, your habits, your skills, and your mindset. You can go from being poor to being rich, or at least not poor. But to do that, you need to stop identifying as poor. You need to stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as a creator of opportunities. You need to stop limiting yourself by your past and start empowering yourself by your future. You need to stop saying I am poor and start saying I have money problems. You see, the words you use to describe yourself have a powerful impact on your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is like a computer program that runs in the background and controls most of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It's also very literal and obedient. It believes whatever you tell it and acts accordingly. So, if you tell yourself that you are poor, your subconscious mind will accept that as a fact and will do everything to keep you poor. It will make you avoid opportunities, waste money, fear risks, and settle for less. It will make you act like a poor person. But if you tell yourself that you have money problems, your subconscious mind will recognize that as a challenge and will do everything to help you solve it. It will make you seek opportunities, save money, take risks, and aim for more. It will make you act like a rich person. Now, some of you might say, but I can't just change my identity like that. It's not that easy. Well, guess what? You're wrong again. You can change your identity like that. And it is that easy. Look at the world we live in today. People are changing their identities all the time. People are changing their names, their genders, their nationalities, their religions, their careers, their hobbies, their lifestyles, and so on. And most of the time, they are accepted and celebrated by society. But when it comes to money, suddenly people are reluctant and resistant to change their identity. Suddenly people are stuck and stubborn in their identity. Suddenly people are afraid and ashamed of changing their identity. Why? Because they have been programmed by their parent or society to believe that being poor is noble or virtuous or humble or righteous or whatever. They have been brainwashed to think that being rich is evil or greedy or selfish or arrogant or whatever. But that's not true either. Being poor or rich has nothing to do with morality or ethics or values or character. Being poor or rich is just a matter of numbers in your bank account or assets in your portfolio or cash in your wallet. And those numbers can be changed by changing your identity. The third reason why you're poor is that you think money is scarce. You think that money is something that is hard to get, limited in supply, and controlled by others. You think that money is something that you have to work hard for, compete for, and beg for. You think that money is something that you have to save, hoard, and protect. But that's not true. Money is not scarce. Money is abundant. Money is everywhere. Money is easy to get, and limited in supply, and controlled by you. Money is something that you can create, attract, and multiply. Money is something that you can spend, invest, and share. How do I know that? Because I know what money is and where it comes from. And trust me, it's not what you think. You see, most people think that money is something that has intrinsic value, such as gold or silver or paper or coins or digital numbers. They think that money is something that is backed by the government or the central bank or the law or the constitution. They think that money is something that is stable, reliable, and trustworthy. But that's not true either. Money is not something that has intrinsic value. Money is something that has perceived value. Money is something that people agree to use as a medium of exchange, a unit of account, and a store of value. Money is something that people believe in and trust in. And who are these people? They are not the government or the central bank or the law or the constitution. They are private entities, such as banks, corporations, institutions, and individuals. They are the ones who create money out of thin air and control its supply and demand. How do they do that? By using a system called fractional reserve banking. This system allows banks to lend out more money than they have in their reserves, creating new money in the process. For example, if a bank has $100 in its reserves and lends out $90 to a customer, it creates $90 of new money out of thin air. The customer then deposits the $90 in another bank, which lends at $81 to another customer, creating another $81 of new money out of thin air, and so on and so forth. This system also allows banks to charge interest on the money they lend out, creating more money out of thin air. For example, if a bank lends out $100 at 10% interest rate for 1 year, it creates $10 of new money out of thin air. The borrower then has to pay back $110 to the bank, which then lends at $99 to another borrower at 10% interest rate for 1 year, creating another $9.90 of new money out of thin air, and so on and so forth. This system also allows banks to manipulate the money supply by changing the reserve ratio or the interest rate. For example, if a bank lowers its reserve ratio from 10% to 5%, it can lend out more money than before, creating more new money out of thin air. If a bank raises its interest rate from 10% to 20%, it can charge more interest on the money it lends out, creating more new money out of thin air. This system also allows banks to create money out of nothing by using derivatives, such as futures, options, swaps, and other complex financial instruments. These derivatives are contracts that derive their value from the underlying assets, such as stocks, bonds, commodities, currencies, or indexes. These derivatives are used to hedge risks, speculate on prices, or leverage positions. For example, if a bank buys a call option on a stock for $1 with a strike price of $100 and an expiration date of 1 month, it creates a potential profit of $99 out of thin air if the stock price rises above $100 within 1 month. If the stock price falls below $100 within 1 month, the bank loses only $1. This system also allows banks to create money out of nothing by using cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and other digital tokens. These cryptocurrencies are decentralized digital currencies that use cryptography to secure transactions and control the creation of new units. These cryptocurrencies are created by miners who use computers to solve complex mathematical problems and verify transactions on a distributed ledger called blockchain. For example, if a bank mines 1 Bitcoin for $10 using electricity and hardware costs and sells it for $50 on an exchange platform, it creates a profit of $40 out of thin air. As you can see, this system is flawed and unfair. It benefits the rich and powerful at the expense of the poor and weak. It creates inflation and deflation cycles that erode the purchasing power of your money over time. It creates bubbles and crashes that wipe out your savings and investments over time. It creates debt and interest traps that enslave you to your creditors over time. But you don't have to be a victim of this system. You can be a winner of this system. You can either hate the game or play the game. You can either complain about the system or exploit the system. You can either be poor or be rich. How do you do that? By educating yourself on what money is and where it comes from. By learning how to make money and invest in real assets. By creating your own money and controlling your own money. What are real assets? They are things that have intrinsic value, such as land, gold, silver, oil, gas, water, food, energy, metals, minerals, and so on. They are things that are scarce, durable, and useful. They are things that appreciate in value over time and protect you from inflation and deflation. What is your own money? It is money that you create by using your skills, talents, knowledge, creativity, and passion. It is money that you attract by providing value to others and solving their problems. It is money that you multiply by leveraging your time, money, and resources. That's how you think like a rich person. That's how you act like a rich person. That's how you become a rich person. The fourth and final reason why you're poor is that you consume more than you create. You're a consumer, not a creator. You're a follower, not a leader. You're a spectator, not a participant. What do I mean by that? I mean that you spend more time, energy, and money on consuming things that other people create than on creating things that other people consume. You pay more attention and money to other people than other people pay to you. Think about it. What are some of the things that you consume on a daily basis? TV shows, movies, music, books, podcasts, games, apps, websites, social media, news, etc. Who creates these things? Other people. How do they make money from these things? By getting your attention and money. You see, there are two types of people in the world, creators and consumers. Creators are people who create things that the market consumes, whether it be a service or a product. Consumers are people who consume things that the creators create, whether it be for entertainment or education or utility or necessity. Creators make money by providing value to consumers. Consumers pay money by receiving value from creators. Creators are rich. Consumers are poor. Which one are you? Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with being a consumer. We all need to consume things to survive and thrive. We all need to enjoy and appreciate the creations of others. We all need to learn and grow from the information and inspiration of others. But there's something wrong with being only a consumer. There's something wrong with being an overconsumer. There's something wrong with being addicted to consumption. Why? Because overconsumption leads to undercreation. Overconsumption leads to waste of time, energy, and money. Overconsumption leads to loss of creativity, productivity, and income. But undercreation leads to overconsumption. Undercreation leads to boredom, frustration, and dissatisfaction. Undercreation leads to lack of purpose, passion, and fulfillment. It's a vicious cycle that keeps you poor and unhappy. But you can break this cycle by becoming a creator. You can break this cycle by creating more than you consume. You can break this cycle by providing more value than you receive. How do you do that? By using your skills, talents, knowledge, creativity, and passion to create something that the market consumes, whether it be a service or a product. By using your time, energy, and money to invest in your creation and market it to your audience. By using your platforms, networks, and communities to share your creation and get feedback from your customers. What kind of creation? It can be anything that solves a problem or fulfills a need or satisfies a desire or entertains or educates or inspires or motivates or empowers or transforms someone else. It can be a blog post or a podcast episode or a YouTube video or a TikTok clip or an Instagram story or a Facebook post or a Twitter tweet or a LinkedIn article or any other type of content that you can create online. It can be a book or an ebook or an audiobook or a course or a webinar or a workshop or a coaching session or any other type of product that you can create offline. It can be a software or an app or a game or a website or a tool or any other type of service that you can create online or offline. It can be anything that you can create with your own hands and mind and heart and soul. That's how you become a creator. That's how you become rich. So, there you have it. The 4 reasons why you're poor and how to change them. I hope you found this video helpful and enlightening. I hope you learned something new and valuable. I hope you're ready to take action and change your life. But before I end this video, I want to say something to you. I want to say that I love you. Yes, you heard me right. I love you. And because I love you, I'm going to be intense and frank with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat or water down anything. I'm not going to lie or flatter or manipulate you. I'm going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Why? Because the truth will set you free. The truth will liberate you from your poverty and misery. The truth will empower you to achieve your dreams and goals. The truth will transform you into the best version of yourself. But the truth is not enough. You also need to act on the truth. You need to apply the truth to your life. You need to live by the truth. That's why I'm challenging you to do something after watching this video. I'm challenging you to take one step towards becoming a rich person. I'm challenging you to create something that provides value to others and earns you money. It doesn't have to be big or complicated or perfect. It just has to be something that you can do with your own hands and mind and heart and soul. It can be a blog post or a podcast episode or a YouTube video or a TikTok clip or an Instagram story or a Facebook post or a Twitter tweet or a LinkedIn article or any other type of content that you can create online. It can be a book or an ebook or an audiobook or a course or a webinar or a workshop or a coaching session or any other type of product that you can create offline. It can be a software or an app or a game or a website or a tool or any other type of service that you can create online or offline. It can be anything that solves a problem or fulfills a need or satisfies a desire or entertains or educates or inspires or motivates or empowers or transforms someone else. Just create something and share it with the world. And see what happens. You might be surprised by the results. You might get positive feedback, appreciation, recognition, support, encouragement, gratitude, admiration, respect, love, etc. You might also get negative feedback, criticism, rejection, hate, envy, jealousy, anger, resentment, etc. But don't let that stop you. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let that affect you. Just keep creating and improving and growing and learning and earning. That's how you become a creator. That's how you become rich. So, are you up for the challenge? Are you ready to create something today? If yes, then let me know in the comments below what are you going to create and how are you going to share it with the world. If no, then, well, good luck with being poor.